Today I am going to be putting together this vinyl on this huge tube. You can see it's quite big. I am using the Silhouette Pro. Now that being said, you could use any of the machines you wanted and you would just cut the letters individually. So they will fit on the individual letters, but because I wanted longer pieces like this to go at one go, and I cut mine all up. I cut all of my pieces up. I cut them all together. I just wanted it to be easier for me, okay? So there is no way to cut the entire thing out because this is I think I measured it's like 42 inches all the way around, and you can see I've blown it up. Now there's a good reason for that. I was originally thinking I would put the vinyl on when it was not blown out, but the problem was that there were so many wrinkles in it that I was afraid when I blew it up, the vinyl would get messed up. So my recommendation is to blow up your tube first. And I actually like to start with one of the mermaids. Now, so I'm doing, this is in my shop. It's called Mermaid Alert, I think, tube. Now this is a script font, so it's gonna be a little bit easier to place than the individual fonts. But because they're so big, I don't actually recommend, I mean, you could use, if you wanted to, transfer tape. So I think it's your decision on it if you would like to, and it looks like I didn't even pull out one of the, I'm gonna pull out one of these things. I'm not gonna use transfer tape today. Instead, I'm gonna lay it out where I want it to go and place it and then pull away the back of the paper, okay? So I think that's how I'm gonna do it. Take a look at how I do this one. I will also be doing a couple of other ones so you can kind of decide what your best method is for doing this. All right, we're gonna get started here. I know my angles are a little different today, but you can see it's pretty easy to lay out what you're going to do. I don't know if you can see that very well, where you're going to put it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to peel back. I'm trying to kind of center it on the bulge of the tube. And so I am going to just pull back where the paper meets the sticker area or the vinyl. And I'm just gonna pull that back. And the nice thing is that this is repositionable. And so if you're feeling like, you know what, this is not working for me, I'm gonna try transfer paper, then you can do that, okay? So what I'm gonna do is just lay the first piece there, okay? And you can see I've pulled this off a bit, but what I'm doing is I'm just going to pull away as I lay it down, and I'm just gonna use the natural way that this vinyl is pulling to lay this down, okay? I might get off a little bit, no worries, just pull it back up again, okay? In some ways this is easier and not as easy as the other tubes that I'm doing. You can see it's pretty easy to pull off the vinyl if it doesn't stick where I want it to go, and it doesn't hurt the floatie at all. Okay, I'm gonna finish this word and get the rest of it on, and then I'm gonna show you how to place your next piece. Okay, here is the next part of it. I finished, you can see I finished putting on the first part. So this particular design has a mermaid, it's called Mermaid Alert, has mermaid on either side. Rather than putting alert on, I actually am going to make sure that I do this exactly on the other side. So I'm going to just flip this whole thing around like this. And this will just ensure that the whole thing ends up symmetrical, right? So I'm going to place this one on. Once again, if you love heat transfer, or not heat transfer, oh my gosh, don't use heat on this. If you like transfer tape and you feel like it will help you out, for sure, use it. And you're gonna see that I use transfer tape on the other ones. But because it's a floatie, it makes me nervous a little bit to be using it, so I'm just super careful about it. And because this is all cursive, I feel like I can get away with putting it on this way. Okay, so I have the mermaid on both sides, front and back. So now I'm going to add the alerts. So you have an alert to fit in here as well as a mermaid tail. And this is pretty tight, so you need to make sure that it's really going to fit. I think this actually goes on this side, right here. So if you want to put the tail on first, I actually think I'm probably going to do that. So I believe it goes this way. I'm not totally sure, and that's okay if it's not perfect. You're gonna be fine as long as you can fit this alert in here, which looks like there's plenty of room for. So really quick, I'm going to go ahead and add the tail and the flower. This is where if you want to use transfer tape, it might be great just because you can make sure that the flower ends up in the same spot, but I'm just not that stressed about it. You can see it goes on real fast. And let's grab that little flower. Now I haven't checked my design, I just cut them out. So if I'm not putting this on exactly the way the design shows it, that's okay. Just do it the way you want to do it. Like you can either follow the way I'm doing it or you can follow the design exactly. I don't get too stressed out about that kind of thing. Once everything's cut, I'm just doing my best to get it all on there in such a way that it looks pleasing, you know? Because, you know, a 2D design can't do a lot for a design like this where it's like 3D and you're working with the air and the balloon and how everything's gonna lay. You can't adjust for those things exactly. So just put it on the way you would like. All right, I'm going to put on this alert and then we're done and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, here it is, completely finished. So easy. You can find the design in my Silhouette shop. And if you love these videos, make sure and subscribe to the channel. The other thing you should do is go to KarinaGardner.com and sign up for my Silhouette VIP. It is completely free. And I send out a free file every single Tuesday. So who doesn't like that? Make sure and join that at KarinaGardner.com and I will see you soon.